Good evening, everyone. I wanted to give a more thorough rundown of the events of the past couple days. Now that I've got some downtime here at a hotel for work. The hurricane damage that is out in North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee and everywhere else is very real. I got to see a lot of it firsthand, and it's insane seeing the destruction to the landscape. You could tell which side of the hills were the windward side and which were the leeward side just by which of the trees still had leaves on them. On the windward side, the leaves didn't have trees; it literally blew the leaves off. The amount of back support that goes into efforts like this is insane. Uh, Monetarily, the donations that poured in for me across 8 people that donated to me, just my personal Venmo account. We raised over actually we raised $1,400 to do this. So what I did was I kept all my receipts from everything, and I totaled everything up here. The whole endeavor, from what I had from fuel costs and the supplies themselves, mostly fuel costs, totaled up to be $1,134.87. Again, I received $1,400 in donations from you guys, so thank you so much for doing that. Of that, one of the fuel purchases, my dad donated himself, and he has refused to be paid back for it. So, of the remainder of that, the $753 and change, looking at that versus the 1,400, that's 54%. So for everyone that donated, I'm going to refund you 46% of what you paid me. So that is money that should go toward the efforts, the relief efforts out there. I will not be able to return to that area to help personally. So I never personally like donating money to charity. It's my own thing. I'm certainly not going to donate someone else's money to charity. So that's going to go back to you guys. If you choose to donate, if you choose to donate that again to somebody else or to another cause, by all means. But that's on you. So I appreciate all my friends helping me out there. About half of you I know personally or talk to regularly, and a few of you that I don't. You're just going off faith that I was gonna do the right thing and not take your money and run. So thank you. Um, One thing that's neat about situations like this is you really see the humanity come out in people. Everyone remembers that we're Americans. Everyone remembers that other differences don't matter, that we all bleed red, and that we're all neighbors, and that we are, in these cases, all out there to help each other. Uh, for my circle personally, I want to thank my friend Jess for driving me around Sunday early afternoon, basically on a whim. When I decided to go, I said I need a ride because my car's in the shop of all things. So she drove me around, drove me all the way up to the airport, which isn't super close. Load the water, helped me load the cases of water from Walmart into her car onto the plane. It was just incredible. Again, my dad donated the first tanks of fuel for it completely himself, and he just has refused to be repaid from the donation money. In Dixon, Tennessee, I stopped with a and talked with a guy called his name was Trevor Adams, I believe. He said he was related to Sam Adams. Trevor, I regret not getting your personal information. So you said you followed me here on Instagram. Hit me up on here, and let's keep in touch. Sir, appreciate you very much. You gave me a heavy discount on the fuel, donated a quart of oil to me for the cause, and little things like that go a long way. For those of you following along on social media still, there is a lot that has left to be done for the efforts out there. People will be rebuilding for years. I've been told by locals that it's the worst hurricane, the worst flooding they've seen in 20 or 25 years. And as you know, the death toll is just going to go up as they find people, like people missing, people are still without power and communications. The struggle is very real out there. So if you're following along, it's it's real. I saw it. If you want to keep following it, Nick Sorter and Cole Dodson are two guys you can follow on X. They're primarily on X. Those were guys that I was coordinating with to help figure out where I needed to go and what I needed to bring. So we connected as social media influencers, and coordinated that way to figure out where the relief was. SBC Disaster Relief was another place that I went to as well. Southern Baptist Convention Disaster Relief. I called there, talked to a gentleman there, and then he put me in touch with somebody else, put me in touch with somebody else, and long story short, down a kind of a phone tree, got to somebody who was on the ground at Spruce Pine, North Carolina, which was the most logical place to drop the supplies that I had. I kind of figured Asheville itself, with the big airport, was getting a lot of stuff in, and the stuff I was bringing and the plane I was in, I was able to reach a smaller community. So, to Whitney, if you're on here, thank you for hooking me up with Preston, who got the supplies and took them down the road. So, thank you very much for that. Also, want to do a very big thank you to my friend Ryan. Now, she's the girl that just finished out her private pilot license last month. We've been talking about aviation. She kind of lives in the same area as me, about a plane, and she the help that she gave was insurmountable. She almost went on the trip with me and ended up not being able to due to her work. She's a nurse. Her day to day job is saving lives to begin with. So she wishes that she could have gone along with it. It was just the timing. It was just the timing that didn't work out. Since she was off work the next day, though, on Monday, because I started on Sunday and was in the area on Monday, I couldn't have done it without her help. So I watched people who follow me on here know that I watch a lot of sci-fi. So if you ever read TV tropes, you know about the trope, what's it called? The voice with the internet connection, or if you've seen the new Spider-Man movies, Ned, what he would do for Peter Parker. The person behind a laptop or a computer or two with a phone, you can make phone calls, you can coordinate on social media, and talk to the person that's out there. Each of those people are just as important. And even though her face isn't on here for this, I could not have done this without her help. Me and her started talking on Sunday morning, and we were talking about the destruction out there. She used to live out there in the Asheville area. Um, and she didn't like talk me into it, but she encouraged me to go. I'm like, oh, hey, right, I think we can do this. I think we can make a little bit of a difference out there. And she's like, yeah, let's friggin' do it. Let's go, man. Let's do it. And so she helped push me into pulling the trigger on this and going. And then after that, on Monday, when she was off work, I mean, and when I say off work, she got off work at 7 a.m. after either a 10 or 12 hour shift, being a nurse, and through a couple of hours of sleep and a lot of coffee and determination, was able to help me in ways I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. So most of the places I was at, I had the ability to text from my phone, and through that, I was able to coordinate with her for all the stuff that I couldn't do because I didn't have the bandwidth, literally either mentally or the bandwidth on literally on my phone to do things like, you know, research places, figure out who needs to talk to who about things, coordinate between multiple people, Google things, call airports to see if the runway's washed out, that sort of thing. So I would text her, be like, I need you to figure out this runway. Will this one work? And she would call the people down there and say yes or no, or find out if the fuel pumps were still working. So stuff like that is just, she was a big, big help. So Ryan, thank you. Like I say, guys, there's still a lot to be done out there. I will not personally be able to help out really anymore with it. If anybody I've talked to so far needs help connecting with other people, I did make a few connections that way. If someone needs specific supplies and for some reason not able to get them, I might be able to steer some people in the right direction. It looks like by this point, a lot of the organizations that are supposed to be helping are helping, and there are a lot of people going in and out of there. Not just aviators, but I know FEMA's going to be going in there soon. I did see some National Guard helicopters. I saw some Blackhawks in there, so helps there. I don't think it mobilizes as fast as everyone would wish it would, and I'm not an expert in that kind of stuff. So one last time, guys, I want to thank everyone I mentioned so far. If there's others that I have mentioned that I've forgotten, I'm spacing out. Sorry, guys. I've got a lot of notes here, and I'm doing from all my fuel calculations and receipts and all. Again, I do have my receipts from my fuel purchases and from the WalMarts I went to. I am very uncomfortable taking people's money and spending it. That's why I didn't start to GoFundMe. I didn't. It just didn't feel right. So, like I said, if anybody wants proof of that, I've got all the receipts. I might post them anyway, just to maintain transparency. If you guys want to donate that money to other people, I mean, good on you. But that's your decision. That's not mine. I won't make that for you. Through Cole Dodson, I did learn that the organization called Samaritan's Purse is a good one. Might be a good place to start if you're researching where to send monetary help to. I don't know anything about them personally. As always, guys, thanks for watching my stuff here. My page will go back to regularly scheduled silliness probably after this because my ability to help out there going forward won't be existent. I won't be able to make it back out there. So thank you for your support here. Thank you for supporting and following me through my efforts over those couple days getting in out of there. And have a good evening.